An experienced Russian soldier was horrified to discover that the temperature of a torpedo's nuclear warhead had risen to 130 degrees Celsius. He immediately opened the torpedo compartment, preparing to launch. By that time, the warhead's temperature had climbed to 148 degrees and kept rising with no sign of stopping. However, launching required the captain's approval. The response he got was to wait another 5 minutes. But by then, the temperature had already surged to 168 degrees. The veteran anxiously glanced at the new recruit's watch. Only 2.5 minutes had passed. Weighing the risks, he decided to launch immediately. But it was too late. The torpedo suddenly exploded. The blast wave threw Russian crew members in 2 compartments off their feet. The nuclear submarine's power went out instantly, and it began sinking into the deep sea. Eventually, it slammed onto the seabed and skidded along, stirring up mud and sand for 5 minutes before finally coming to a stop. As soon as the submarine halted, the Russian crew quickly sealed all the compartments to prevent any secondary explosions and to block seawater from flooding in. Once the doors were as tightly closed as possible, they immediately tried to contact the control room, hoping to surface and call for help quickly. But no matter how much they shouted or tried, there was no response from the control room. The worst had happened. The control room had already been consumed by fire during the earlier explosion. The flames were scorching the remaining torpedoes, creating a constant risk of another blast. If the nuclear submarine exploded again, it would risk a nuclear leak. The Russian crew anxiously watched their monitors, praying that no more explosions would occur. But it was already too late. All the monitors showing the torpedo warhead's temperature went black, proving the heat had far surpassed the critical threshold.